Hello. Today we're going to be uploading visitor survey data into the Farm2Facts toolkit. Here I am on the home page of my market account. I've already created my profile. I've already selected my metrics for the season, and this is going to determine what questions show up in my visitor survey. And now I'm on this third step, collecting data. From here, I can select Visitor Survey, or use the upper menu to select Collect Data, Visitor Survey. This is what the online form looks like for the visitor survey. This is a handy tool that can automatically upload visitor survey data into the Farm2Facts toolkit. This is an ideal choice if, say, you have an iPad at your market with a reliable internet connection, and you can input people's responses directly into the online form. So, let's assume we asked all of these questions to our market visitors, and let's say this respondent walked to the market. Let's say it was not their first time visiting the market, and in general they visit every week. Let's say they spent an average of $30 at the market today. If the respondent gives you a range of dollar amounts, let's say $20 to $40, you should try and input the average of that range. So in this case, they would have spent $30. No dollar sign needed. Next, additional spending. Let's say this respondent does plan on doing additional shopping in the neighborhood today. And let's say they plan to spend $50 outside of the market in the neighborhood. Again, no dollar sign needed, and try to input only $1 amount. Next, we can input a home zip code for them. Click through all of the different sections in this manner, answering all the questions that you plan to collect for your market. And then when you're done, select Submit. Now, let's say your surveys are being collected by market volunteers who don't have access to your Farm2Facts account. In this case, you can have them scan this QR code under the Additional Resources tab in the online form. Or alternatively, you can send them this link, which you can copy to your clipboard here. Both this link and the QR code will take volunteers to a version of the online form that does not require them to log into a Farm2Facts account. So when they upload visitor survey data into it, it'll automatically populate in this data section of your market account, where all of the visitor surveys go. Here you can see each individual survey and each respondent's answers to the questions. Now, let's say you don't have reliable internet access or an iPad to take down people's survey responses. In this case, you can use a paper form, which you can select by going to the online form, selecting additional resources again, and finding this paper worksheet link for you to download and print. Once you've collected survey responses with the paper form, you have two options. You can input the paper forms one by filling out the same information on the online form, or you can go to the Upload tab and download a CSV template so you can upload all of the paper forms at once into the system. Let's see what this template looks like. All right, so here I've opened the visitor survey template CSV file in Microsoft Excel, which is the application that we recommend for going through this process. I've also pulled up an example of what a visitor survey might look like after the paper form has been filled out. As you can see, there's a place to write in the date the survey was collected, the selection interval, which you can determine for your market by looking at the visitor survey instructions, and also the volunteer who collected the survey at the market. So let's begin. First, let's select all of the columns, and let's widen them just a little bit to make everything more readable. There, that's better. The survey was collected on 7/17/19. And this month, day, year format for inputting the date is what you need to use for them to upload into the system properly. This survey respondent did walk to the market today, so we'll write down yes. And we'll press the tab button to cycle through the rest of the options that the respondent didn't choose. If you want, you can also write no in these columns, but it's easier to just leave them blank. This was not the visitor's first time at the market, so we'll write in no in that column. It looks like they visited on average every other week, so we'll write yes in that column. Next up, it looks like they spent around $25 at the market. Again, you don't need the $sign when writing data into this column. They do plan on doing other activities in the neighborhood. And it looks like they plan to spend around $50 doing so. Next up, we'll input the zip code, which in this case is 53713. And it looks like this respondent did not provide any additional comments, so we'll leave that column blank right now. So each of the rows in the CSV file will represent a different individual paper form that you collected at the market. And all of them will upload into the Farm2Facts toolkit simultaneously. Let's do that now. First, let's save this Excel file. And for the name, let's just put down the date that we uploaded this file into the Farm2Facts toolkit. And for simplicity, let's just say it was the same date that we collected the surveys. 7/17/2019. Make sure to save your file as a CSV format, not an Excel file, otherwise it won't upload into the system. And make sure to save it into a place that you can find later. Now let's return to the toolkit, select Choose File, and find that visitor survey template that you just filled out. Now the toolkit will display a preview of what the data will look like once it's entered into the system. After you've reviewed the preview and made sure that there are no errors in the data, you can scroll down and click Submit Data at the bottom of the tab. From there, you'll see all of those visitor surveys entered into the Data tab of your visitor survey tool. And that's it. Thanks for watching.